one of the biggest clubs in the world, Barcelona, seems to be dissecting itself and selling itself off. I mean, soon there'll be nothing left. Barcelona plot a $1 billion Barca Media SPAC, and they sold Barca Vision, a stake of Barca Vision, for 120 million euros. So for those of you that don't know what a SPAC is, it's a special purpose acquisition company. So here's the spiel. Barcelona are planning to float their Barca Media business arm, which is their content creation arm, on the NASDAQ stock exchange through a $1 billion SPAC. It's quite a move, actually. They've entered into an agreement with Mountain & Co. an acquisition, Mountain & Co. Acquisition Corp., which also controls its digital media assets, including video content and social media and esports. So they're pretty much throwing a kitchen sink at this, but they're selling everything off. What's going on, Rob? What is happening, mate?
Well, I mean, obviously, if you follow historically what kind of where Barcelona has been, that they got themselves in financial hot water, and but had a bounce back year with Xavi taking over, winning La Liga, and so they've obviously got some success, and with that success comes some expectations to repeat. And obviously, they would like to get back the top of Champions League, and so that's going to require probably some acquisitions and player acquisitions. And financially, they have not been in a position. They've been fortunate to get some quality play from some players within the the budget, if you will. They were not able to make the play for Lionel Messi because financially it was going to cost them more than what they had. And this is just another step of one. There's debts that needed to get repaid. There's been obviously previous loans that are out there, but look, financially, they've got these assets, and this is not the first time that I've seen media rights advanced. And at the end of the day, if Barca can return to their winning ways and start filling Spotify Camp Nou, on a regular basis, and start collecting more trophies, value of that franchise continues to go up, and these deals look, one, great for the the SPAC investors on that side, but more importantly, I think we want to see this franchise, historic franchise, get back on solid ground, get back in a place where sound financial decisions could be made, and they're not having to sell the farm. But look, times are what they are, and look, they've got the assets now, and more importantly, there's someone out there that was willing to put up 1.12 billion in cash. Cash is king. To make this deal happen.
So the interesting point here for me is that they've gone to the American market, the NASDAQ. They're after American money, obviously.
With the World Cup coming, it's where the money shift, the financial shift of the game is going to end up in U.S. soil. It's coming, and this is just getting ahead of it.
Exactly. So that's the interesting part to me. Are we seeing a shift in the way this game is being financed, played? Because I would have thought they would have gone with a European exchange. There's multiple in Europe. They could have gone in the UK, England, one of the biggest financial hubs in the world. All the soccer's there, the Premier League, the biggest league in the world is there. Why wouldn't they go there? Why? The fact that they've gone to the NASDAQ speaks volumes to me personally, because that means that for them and for the rest of the world, the future of football is where? Is in the United States, right where you are.
Yeah, it's coming here, and look, we're we'll talk about this a little bit in the next segment, but Lionel Messi, his arrival here what you see on the soccer calendar with Copa America, next summer, World Cup following that, and the Olympics right behind that. The media dollars are going to be flush in the U.S. market. The global football marketplace is going to be focused on this market for the next 4 years. And right now, the MLS is making an absolute massive push, despite what the Saudi League is doing, about moving itself into potentially a top 6, top 5 position, as a global league. With the addition of Messi, but now we've got Jordi Alba, we've got Busquets. There's a discussion. There's Suarez is on the list, Ramos is on the list, other potential players. Griezmann and a few others whose names are rumored to find their way to a potential MLS franchise. We expect some rule changes, following this season to kind of open up for some international players. And I honestly think we might see a real strong influx of South American talent into the marketplace, starting next season as well. Because if you're a South American player, option to go to Italy, Saudi Arabia, Champions League, Premier League, etc. The MLS is now a real viable option, and so again, we may see some. We're seeing that shift, and to your point, financial markets are recognizing that money is going to be here for a while. Certainly in the soccer and football marketplace.
Absolutely. And people say Saudi money. Yeah, I totally get it. But a lot of the Middle Eastern money is flowing back into the United States anyway. So if you look at Todd Bowley and when he's doing at Chelsea, who's invested in his fund, right? The Saudis, right, and other Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds. So that money's coming back in anyway. So no matter what we say we'll do, yes, they do have money. They are building up their league. Well done. Great work. But the hub of money, the money hub of the world is the US. And now it's been pushed and directed into soccer. One thing that I found interesting, Rob, is that I was talking to someone and they said to me, is FIFA the highest grossing league in the world or sporting organization in the NFL is? FIFA only does about $6 billion. The NFL does about $12 billion. They were gobsmacked, right? So this is what people don't understand. The way that the sponsorship, media rights landscape works in the US is very different to the rest of the world. And there's plenty of money there to make up for a lot of lost ground elsewhere. Because if that's not a definitive example, nothing else is.
Look, absolutely. It's going to be an exciting 4 years for the growth of the sport here in the U.S. And if the last 8 weeks of Lionel Messi dominating the landscape is any indication as to how quickly the attention span of the American sports consumer can shift to a league that was fifth or sixth option in its own country. Look out when the world shows up, or I should say, certainly the Copa America clubs show up with obviously some of the top South American clubs, and then the world gets here. The appetite will be massive.